Alright, so it says use the graph of f of x equals 1 over x, the graph g of x equals 1 over x plus 2 minus 1. Now we wrote down our parent table there for our reciprocal function, or rational function. Transformations work the same way they did with the other functions. Is there anything that's going to affect my x? Is there anything inside with my x? That plus 2, right? Even though it's not in parentheses, it's trapped on the bottom with the x, okay? So it's going to affect the x. What's it going to do to it? Am I going to add 2 or subtract 2? Subtract, because with x we always do the opposite, don't we? What about that minus 1 at the end? Is that going to affect anything? That's the y. It's not inside of the x. And remember, y does what it's supposed to. What about the 1 on top? 1 over. Is that going to hurt anything? No, that 1 over x right there, that's the original function, isn't it? So it doesn't do anything to it. Alright, so subtract 2 from all your x's. Subtract 1 from all your y's. What's undefined minus 1? Still undefined.
On this side, when you had a 0, you put undefined VA. What about this side?
It's going to be the vertical asymptote as well, yes. Yes, where I'd put that the undefined was the vertical asymptote, every time you have your y as undefined, that's going to be your vertical asymptote. Alright, and then just plot your points. How do I graph the vertical asymptote? Did we talk about that yet?
No.
Alright, vertical asymptote will always be a dashed line. So I know that I'm going to have that vertical asymptote there at x equals negative 2. So at negative 2, I'm going to draw a line that has dashes in it. Because it's really not part of my graph, it's just helping shape my graph, okay?
What side is joint?
Now, I didn't ask us in there, but do we have a horizontal asymptote? Look at your g of x.
What is that? Oh.
Where's your highest power of x? Top, bottom, or both? It's on that bottom, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
What is it if it's on bottom? Do you remember? Good. So no, that 0 is for y equals 0. So we do have a horizontal asymptote, but this told us it's going to go down 1, didn't it?
I thought you said vertical.
No, horizontal. So we're going to move it down 1, so my horizontal asymptote is actually going to be at negative 1. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that in as well. So down here at negative 1, I missed it. I've got that horizontal asymptote and make sure it's dashed. And now, you see how we have our dots there? We can connect our dots, and they're shaped by those asymptotes. So this one's going to go like this. This other side's going to go like this. And there's our graph.